Good morning, family. Welcome to the Afro Latina Show. I am your host, Alicia Anabel Santos, La Diosa Dominicana, La Santera. Welcome to episode 153, Diving into the Darkness. I woke up this morning, bright and early, laid down for my meditation, and fell asleep during. And sometimes that is just so necessary. I was so deep in that journey, on that sendero, that path, and allowed myself to just flow. I am feeling a lot today. There's a new moon in Pisces, Pisces being a water sign. And so it's the end of an astrological clock, right? Pisces ends and then we begin again, right? With the astrological messages. And so as Pisces comes to a close, we are called to feel things on a very deep level. And it makes sense for me now because yesterday, as we were entering this new moon in Pisces, I felt the shifts in the classes that I taught yesterday. And it was interesting because the attendance was a lot better than they usually are. Like I felt more people attracted and coming, and new people, because more and more I'm discovering this need to heal from old wounds. And so yesterday was my beautiful partner's birthday, and we went out to dinner and we celebrated her life by going to see the Chavela documentary, which is our second time seeing it because we went when it premiered last year. And so it's a movie that I could see again and again and again because Chavela's story makes me feel so many things. Chavela being this incredible Mexican ranchera singing, born in Costa Rica, but definitely I would say she's a Mexican ranchera singer because she loved Mexico and just kind of dedicated her life to being a storyteller, and singing with some of the most famous ranchero singers in Mexico. But there were some lines that she said that I found myself doodling last night. And so in this documentary, there were a lot of people in her corner, in her circle, who were just sharing, their anecdotes, their experiences with her. And someone said there were moments in her life when she would be so happy and so filled with joy. And she had a love and passion for life. And what she loved most was being on stage. And she had hoped to die singing. Like she wanted her last breath to be on stage. And there are moments that were so good, but that when it passed, she would dive into the darkness again. And that struck me. It struck me because it reminded me of my journey writing my memoir, Finding Your Force, A Journey to Love, and how hard it was to share some of the things that I shared in the memoir. There were some moments that were just beautiful. I enjoyed writing, but there were some really hard, dark, scary moments that were harder to explore and feel and express and admit. And so as an artist, I honor that process of diving back into the darkness, because in the darkness is where you discover so much. In the shit, in the grit, in the And the darkness is the heart of it. That's where we feel everything. When things are beautiful, that's wonderful. But when you're in the darkness and you feel afraid and you're not sure how you're going to get out of it, are you going to make it, and everything is on the line and you're questioning everything, in the darkness are the greatest lessons, I feel. There was something else that someone said, or Chavela said, that she brought all of her baggage on stage. I thought that that was interesting because as a bag lady, as a woman who carries her bags everywhere, I'm thinking about how we walk into spaces with all of the baggage that we carry. And it's wonderful when you're in a space and you're surrounded by someone who can hold it, who can carry your baggage, who can make shit a little bit easier, who has healing abilities, who can take some of the weight, who can take some of the weight of the baggage, right? It's beautiful. But I think it's important that we're careful about those things too, right? That we become to be, we start to be more mindful about dumping all our shit on people. I feel two ways about it. I understand that Chavela brought her baggage on stage because when she brought her baggage on stage, she was evoking a feeling, an emotion, and she was ripping you apart and breaking you wide open so that you could feel what she was expressing, the great pain, the pain of sorrow and grief and loss and abandonment, love lost, endings of relationships, failures, anger, rage, longing. I think that that's beautiful when we can put all of our baggage in our art and share it in that way. I think that is beautiful because in that way we can heal collectively. But I worry when people dump all their baggage on me. When there is an exchange like that, one of the things that people were saying in the crowd yesterday was that when Chavela sang, you felt like she was singing to you. She was speaking to you intimately. That was beautiful because while she's filling up theaters and spaces, you feel like you have this moment. There's an exchange. She's opening up her soul and she's giving it to you. And then you're in turn crying because you feel everything in your whole life is flashing by your eyes. You're thinking about all of the relationships in your past and all of your endings and all of your failures and your longing and your abandonment issues, And so she's making you feel those things that are hard for you to explore and express. And that's beautiful. But it's when you dump all your shit and bring all your baggage and just drop it on someone, expecting them to carry it, that becomes a problem. And so I think that's important that we're all mindful of who it is that we're bringing our baggage to. And today's reflection and meditation is around diving into our own darkness. See, it's different when we're dumping all our shit on other people. We're putting it on them, expecting them to somehow fix it and make it all better and help us find the light. But the truth is that you are responsible. I am responsible to sit in my own darkness, to dive into my darkness and feel that and cry about it and write about it and touch it and touch those wounds and find my way out. Because it's no one else's job to rescue us, What else came up for me? I think that's pretty much what I wanted to to share today. So let's meditate, family. Let's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep breathing comfortably. I'm going to take you through a prompt, and I want you to allow yourself to go wherever it takes you. You are outside. You are walking on this path. You are entering the woods. The trees are massive and plenty. You can touch branches. They kind of like a combination of like weeping willows and just beautiful trees. And you're just making your way through, and it's dark. It's dark. You don't have a flashlight. You have no light. You can only see your feet in front of you. And you're walking with great caution through these woods. And you're bending your head, and you're moving some branches out of the way so that you don't take your eye out. You see a stick on the floor, a branch, a long one. You pick it up to help guide your way, right? Clearing your path. And you see a big stone, a big rock. And you decide that you don't want to go any further, that you want to just sit here because you're kind of scared to keep going down this path because you're not sure what you're going to find. So you sit. Meditate on the words. In the darkness I see. In the darkness I see. In the darkness I find. Respond to those prompts internally. I say them to yourself and respond. In the darkness I feel. In the darkness I know. In the darkness there is. In the darkness I believe. In the darkness I will. Feel all of it. Sit with all of it. On my darkest days, my darkest moment, darkness gives me sit with all of that. I'm holding you. I'm lifting you. I'm holding this space in this moment. When you're ready, come out of meditation. we can't just jump to light without being in the darkness. We can't just jump to healing without feeling the pain. You know, when I think about recovery and I think about wounds, I understand that there's no magic pill, there are no magic words. We are called to feel things. And there are people who are adamant about not looking at the wounds, not exposing themselves, not feeling things, not delving into the darkness. I'm daring you to dive into it, to just jump headfirst into those waters and bathe in it and feel it and allow it to rise to the surface and sit with it and allow yourself to create maybe art with it or find new purpose, new joy, new work. You know, understand that whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're feeling, you're not alone. So many of us are in pain and dealing with our own traumas. And so it's important to be able to do what Chavela does, right? Dive into the darkness and leave it all on the stage and give it away and give people permission to feel their own darkness. That's what she was saying. She's saying, here's my heart. I'm naked, standing here naked in front of you, giving you all of me. Take it. And in some ways, in many ways, it's freeing, right? Well, my loves, that's my diary for today. I'm wishing you just a peace-filled day. My intention for today is to not fear the darkness. And I'm sending you love. Please subscribe to my YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud. Follow me on Instagram, Alicia La Santera, Afro Latina Show, and Twitter, Diosa Dominicana. Have the most amazing day. Peace.